Hi viewers, we've got with us a fearsome bunch of guys, or two of them to start with, but we hope to show you a few more in a minute. First of all, we've Dean Purvis from the Karate Academy of Perth. Is that correct?
That's right.
Got it right. And we've also got with us Jerry. Jerry, you're going for a black belt.
That's correct, yeah.
Grading, I should say. I suppose you call it a black belt grading?
Yes.
Yep.
Thursday night tonight for it.
Right. And Dennis, if I can just mainly concentrate my questions on you.
Sure.
I think it's your hairy chest.
Right.
Dennis, what actually does the Academy in Perth, how many schools have you got running in Perth?
We've got 6 academies operating down that way.
Right.
And we have some 25 qualified instructors teaching at them.
How many people in Western Australia are actually going through this karate training?
Well, just with our academy alone, we have 3,000 registered members.
Throughout Western Australia?
Yeah. And then you have about 10 other qualified organisations that are teaching karate as well. So if you're looking at, say, just 1,000 at each of these academies, you've got quite a good following.
Right. And is it a dangerous sport?
No, it's not dangerous. Dangerous to the person in the street if they get mixed up with somebody who knows karate, but not dangerous in the training method.
No, not within the sport. But I was just going to say, is there something I've read that people aren't allowed to practice karate on somebody unless it's part of life and death? Or, is that true or not?
No, that's not true.
Right.
So
you find that karate really is essential in self-defence?
Yes, yeah. But a lot of people are not just doing karate as a form of self-defence, they're doing it as a form of physical fitness and mental discipline.
Right, we were going to go into that then. Perhaps you'd like to touch on that. I believe it's a very disciplined style of life.
That's right. The karate itself, the training involved in karate is very disciplined. You have to have the discipline so that nobody gets injured. But the discipline that we talk about is the discipline of emotional control, control of...
So just touching on emotional control, does that mean that you don't get worked up quite as easy as you may have previously?
It means that a person who is challenged can control his emotions, not to lose his block.
Right. That would be quite important then.
That's right.
For me, the victim.
For you, the victim, I don't think you'd have any problems either. We'd support
right. Then, so that's an important part. What other aspects is it?
Then, well, that's the discipline in the sense that you have a training discipline. When we say jump, you jump. When we say duck, you duck. Then the discipline, of course, is in the sense that you discipline your body to be able to withstand a certain amount of pressure. Pressure in that you can do exercises to your maximum limit. The body doesn't know what it can achieve unless the mind lets it do it. You see, the mind says, I'm tired, your body becomes tired. So the discipline here is in your mind, controlling your mind to control your body. And this is the major part of karate training.
So
the
you actually
self-defense is only a small part.
Right, your mind starts working quicker so that you're thinking quicker and your reaction is a lot quicker too.
That's right.
And that's part of the training.
That's
being
right.
able to react very quickly in a case.
That's right. And it all and the whole thing evolves around your breathing.
That's very important.
It is. It's very important.
Is it similar to, or dare I even mention it, to a yoga type training?
Very similar. The yoga breathing is important to various aspects of yoga. And karate, if you are unable to have the correct format of breathing, you'll find that your karate breaks down very rapidly. We have a gut type breathing, which has a very nasty sound, but that gut...
Is that the sound that you make while you're actually exercising?
That's right. And when that is applied, that can cure migraine headaches without having to take the pills for it. It can also cure asthma. We have a lot of asthmatic sufferers who are now cured. And yet,
just through going through karate
just
training.
through going through karate training. But before they were taking inhalers and tablets and things like this, but now they're cured. The gut breathing also develops the abdominal muscles and strengthens the lung capacity. It enlarges the heart, or not so much enlarges the heart, but builds the heart muscles.
It can hold more oxygen.
So then the breathing is a very important part. It controls your emotion, because if your breathing is irregular, then a person who is challenged in a fight, they get wobbly knees or palpitating heart or lumps in the throat, and this is all caused through incorrect breathing. And if they can control their breathing, which is brought by the mind control, then
Their reaction's better.
Their reaction and their reflexes are.
Dennis, what age groups, or what age do you start teaching people at?
Well, we did start them at 8 years of age and 9. We gave that a test run, but we found that the 8 and 9-year-olds tend to wander. Their mind wanders and they're looking around. The concentration level is not there. So we have taken them from 10 years of age, and we found that this is a reasonably good age, and we're sticking to that. We take them from 10 to whatever age you feel that you're capable of exercising. We have several students who are in the 45, 50 age.
Just starting?
Just starting. Yep.
And they're not having any difficulty?
No difficulty. No. Well, they train, of course, within their own limitations.
Of course.
We don't expect them to keep up with an 18-year-old.
Our limitation would be very narrow. But what about women then?
Women, well, right now, of course, we're finding more and more women are taking up the martial art of karate for several reasons. One, to tone up and get their body in a decent sort of a shape, remove all the loose tissue. Then they're taking it up as a form of self-defense, which is one of the world's best, I would say, fastest forms of self-defense, because you don't have to hold on to a person, you don't have to grapple. Karate teaches you the kicking, punching techniques. So then...
I guess with body... Oh, sorry.
So then women are finding this more acceptable than, say, things like judo or jiu-jitsu, where they have to use their strength. Karate, there's no strength required. That's speed. That's the damage. And now in Perth, we just over the last few months, with all the rape cases that have been happening, we've been getting a number. In the last month we've had 15 new women start just in the last month. This month.
Gee. Women you mentioned body control and getting their body toning and that together. I guess it's greater than any of the other sports, because as you mentioned, it was a lot to do with the mind. So it really is an all-over body exercise.
It is.
Do you call it an exercise?
Yeah, you'd call it an exercise. Yeah. Karate develops not parts of the body, but the whole body as a whole. And you see, if you were to take up, let's say, aerobics or something like this, okay, well that's good to build up your stamina and tone up certain parts of the body. But karate is trained in such a way, or you do karate in such a way, that every time you kick or punch or block, every time you move in karate, you are tightening and relaxing every muscle virtually in the body. Therefore, all the muscles are being exercised in one movement all the time. Right. Now, you're doing this for 1.5 hours a night, maybe it's 2 or 3 nights a week. So it tones the body.
Dennis, you're the top guy really in Western Australia. How often or how much exercise or how much training do you do a day?
I'm training about 4 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right. You find that it's essential to train that length of time?
No. No, I train because I have to.
Right. Well, you have to keep at your peak.
That's right. I've got to keep at my peak, but I've got an obligation.
Right, Dennis, if we can just get back then, what is your reason for being in Kalgoorlie? We mentioned all your Perth branches. Kalgoorlie, I believe, is your only country branch, or
That's
the only
correct.
country academy.
It's the only country academy.
So that's really something for us, isn't it? And
Well,
the other
something for us too,
special
yeah.
thing is that it's the first time you've actually done a grading up here.
Well, it's not the first time we've done a grading, but it's the
Black
first
belt.
time we've done a black belt grading.
Right.
And as such, it is it's a big deal, not only for our Perth academies to see the result of this, but also for the Kalgoorlie people in general.